Alright guys, good morning. This is MLB 19 The Show, episode 52, from the weekends and on the weekends. If you guys are coming in the chat of the hashtag I am a creator community and want to catch more MLB 19 from the weekends and on the weekends, make sure you guys hit that red support button and smash the like button, guys. Let people know that we are live, paying it forward and being rewarded. If anyone in the chat has a Facebook or a Twitter, tweet it out, share a comment, add it to a playlist. The more people we bring in, the more we all win together. And all of us in the chat can make a solitary big difference. If you guys have any questions, type it in the chat. Anything about the idol or the question about tonight. That's right, guys. I go in 12:15 to 8 today, and then I'm off tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. In which I will be picking out a winner tonight, as we speak. But I'll let you guys know beforehand. As for the Detroit, as there will be game 2 between the Detroit Tigers visiting the Metropolitans. Tigers won the first one 4-0. As the Detroit Tigers will be bringing in Matthew Boyd, 2-3 record, 3.43 ERA. As a matter of fact. So how are you guys doing this morning? I hope you guys are having a good day so far. Well, for me, 11 and I finally spent romantic time together. That was a great thing. It was a great thing just to get my ass out of the house. And you know, I sent her a voice message that I was back in the house and on my way back, and my love and I had a romantic time together last night. And it's now been 765 days, guys, by the looks of it. So other than that, hasn't been that bad, really. I mean, Caesar's been missing me so much after I've been working a lot of hours. But it's all good. But we'll get to the idol and we'll get to the top 2 in just a second. Going up to the mound for the Metropolitans, Nolan Syndergaard. It's the 11th start for the Metropolitans defense. 2-3 record, 3.66 ERA, 56 hits, I believe 49 strikeouts. Due up for the Detroit Tigers, shortstop Jordy Mercer. In April, he's batting .286, 5 home runs, 11 RBIs to his credit. In the month of May, in the chat, batting .269, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs to his credit. In game 2 of 3, from the weekends and on the weekends, here's the pitch by Sigard. Ball 1. The first pitch is around 4:10 in the stadium. Tigers won the first one 4-0. So far, Men in Black has still been in cruise control over Titanic and Phantom of the Opera, strike 1. Because the thing about Phantom of the Opera, as I mentioned plenty of times, is that my love got first place 2 years ago at the Idol. So, and she also got an honorable mention several months ago this year. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Jordy Mercer's batting .276. You see replay one more time. Oh yeah, going into tonight, I'm off at 8, by the way. Which you guys might be in a good opportunity. Fly ball to left center field, and he makes the catch, 1 away. So as you guys may know, I'm going to be going with one of my parents tonight, which my shot maker won't have a problem. Starting lineup for the Detroit Tigers, Miguel Cabrera, batting .319. Last month, Miguel Cabrera is 37 for 105, of an average of .352, 3 home runs and 13 RBIs. Here comes Samir Candelario, batting .282, 6 home runs, 15 RBIs to his credit. As he'll be taking on Sigard. Here's the first pitch to him. Strike 1. So yeah, I for one will be going with one of my parents to finally pay my phone bill and get a PSN card tonight. Since I'm gonna be having a little sort of shift, instead of 9 hours, it's 7.45. By the looks of it. Ground ball to right center field, and that will be a single for the Tigers in Game 2. Chicago White Sox visiting Minnesota Twins 9-2. Check it out one more time. Kansas City Royals hosting the Yankees 4-0. Here comes the first baseman, Miguel Cabrera, batting .319, 6 home runs, 22 RBIs to his credit. He's been with the Tigers for a long time, since day one. Tigers showing at base runner first with 1 out. Cigar gives the sign. Here's the pitch to him. Strike 1. Tampa Bay Rays visiting the Indians 2-0. If you guys have any questions on those two, type it in the chat. Fly ball to left center field, and that'll be a single for the Tigers. Game 2 of 3. Check it out one more time. We watch videos in full. We like the videos. We tweet them out, sell them. And we add them to a playlist. And we leave a meaningful comment down below once we've done the rest. We never ask any preparations back afterwards. And a hit by Pitts. This must be a good start for the Tigers offense in Game 2 of 3. Check it out one more time.
Now the pitcher is looking a little shaky, and the threat of a big inning is very real.
Tigers swinging at bases loaded with 1 out, looking for their very first lead in Game 2. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. Chris Stewart with an opportunity, batting .213, 5 home runs, 18 RBIs to his credit. Snyder God gives sign. 0-1 count. And he nods his head. Strike 2. Chris Stewart's batting .213. If we can get up to some good likes in the chat, that would be good. If the moderators come in. I'm also hoping my buddy Leon Kennedy can come in. Maybe Teacup. Second swing, and he struck him out. And that's out number 2 for the Tigers. Check it out one more time.
Swings are right there next to bang bang plays at first as the most difficult calls for an ump to make. Taking a look at show motion, the batter doesn't appear to.
So tomorrow morning, as you guys may know, like I said, I'm off tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday. Tomorrow morning, you guys will get tomorrow morning you'll get the new episode of Borderlands 2. Nico Gerber batting .288, 10 home runs, 22 RBIs. But when I get back from the art studio, hopefully, you guys will get the finale of Dragon Quest XI from Thursdays and Fridays. And then Resident Evil 2 Remake for the PS4 will take over, or Mortal Kombat 11 will take over. Most likely in the order. That's why I'm hoping to get my PSN card and my phone bill done tonight. So that's going to be the plan. Here's the pitch. Ball 3. On deck, Mikey Montauk batting .174. Sanagon gives the sign. And the pitch. Strike 1. Nico Gerber is batting .288. Tigers won the first one 4-0. Comes to 3-1. Foul ball to left, strike 2. But if you guys have any questions, type it in the chat. Foul ball to left, strike 2. Ground ball to left. And he gives it to first. In time, the side is retired. Tigers lead 2 in Game 2 of 3. As we go to the bottom of the first, 0-0. Game 2 of 3. Due up on the mound for the Detroit Tigers defense, Matthew Boyd, making his 11th start of the season 2-3 record, 3.43 ERA, 65 hits. He also has 9 walks and 57 strikeouts to his credit. Due up for the Metropolitans, Jeff McNeil, batting .288, 2 home runs, 17 RBIs to his credit. Here's the first pitch by Matthew Boyd. Foul ball to right and stands, strike 1. I'm also hoping my top moderator can come in the chat. Foul ball to left, strike 2. We'll see what happens there. Just has to get a couple of her preparations going. Looking for the out, Matthew Boyd. Ball 1. Chicago Cubs hosting the Reds 5-4.
Right there on 0-2 a fastball, and I think as a hitter right now, you have to continue to go up there looking to hit off the fastball.
Here comes the 1-2 by Boyd. Ball 2. And he struck him out, and that's the first out for the Metropolitans. First strikeout by Matthew Boyd. The starting lineup for the Mets, well, Jonas Cespedes batting .314. In 2019 of this year, the Metropolitans announced a .304 on base. They are 12th in the National League this season. Here comes Joaquin Barreros, the shortstop, batting .230 with 1 RBI to his credit.
He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Boyd gets the sign, he nods his head.
Fouled off.
Foul ball to right. Kansas City Royals hosting the Yankees 4-0.
Here at the big league level. The windup and the 0-1.
Fly ball to left line, and that will be a double for the Metropolitans in Game 2 of 3. Fourth double by Barreros. Here comes the catcher, Wilson Ramos, guys, in the chat. Batting .226, 1 home run and 10 RBIs to his credit. Mets staring at base runner second with 1 out. Comes Boyd. Strike 1. So yeah, I have 12:15 to 8, guys, and then you guys will get the finale of DQ11 tomorrow after I get back from the art studio. Which you guys will not have any problems with any of it. Ground ball to right line, and that will be a RBI single as the Mets strike first. It's 1-0 Mets. Bottom of the first with 1 out. Check it out one more time. See if we can get up to 4 likes in the chat. I'm just waiting for more people to come in. With the I am a creator community equals hashtag pay it forward. Mets staring at base runner first with 1 out. Comes to 2 and 2. Here comes first pitch, ball 1. Wilson Ramos, 11th RBI this year for the Metropolitans.
Now the 1-0 finds the
strike 1. Jonas Cespedes is batting .314. Ground ball from home gives it the first, 2 away for the Metropolitans. Here comes Robinson Cano, don't you know? Batting .271. His slugger average is .459. OBS 794. Robinson Cano, guys, in the chat, is a former New York Yankee. Or it might have been a different team. But then again, it might be the New York Yankees he used to play for. Here's Boyd. Foul ball to left and stance, strike 2.
He's well on his way to 3,000.
Matthew Boyd looking for the out.
To be honest with you, there's only about
Ball
100
1.
ball players that have ever gotten to the number he's currently at.
Robertson Cano batting 271.
Strike zone when you get the count to 2 strikes, but on an 0-2 pitch that misses by that much, it's pretty easy for a hitter not to swing it that way.
The set and the 1-2.
Swing and a miss. And that's 3 outs, and the side is retired. Mets give up 2 as we go to the top of the second. Mets up 1-0 in game 2 of 3. Due up for the Tigers, center fielder Mikey Matuk batting 174, 5 home runs, 14 RBIs to his credit. Here's the pitch by Snydergaard. Ball 1.
Pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0.
San Diego Padres visiting the Blue Jays 1-0. Strike 1. Yeah, my love and I had a romantic time last night. Most likely in the order. Got off at 6. Finally got a call back and, you know, did what we had to do. Ball 2. Love comes first before I do anything else. It's been 765 days, guys. 765 so far. Much more to count. When her and I get married in the future. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Yeah, and they set him up with that curveball on the pitch before, and that one, they just blew right by him.
Comes to 2-2 by Snydergaard. Swing and a miss, and that's out number 1 for the Tigers. Second strikeout by Snydergaard. But he does have a double A next to the Z and the R. The defensive lineup for the Mets: Zach McNeil, Michael Conforto, Jonas Cespedes, former Oakland Athletic, Pete Alonso, Robertson Cano from the New York Yankees. Here comes the catcher, Grayson Grenier, batting 179, 4 home runs, 13 RBIs to his credit. Let's see what he can do against Snydergaard in game 2 of 3. Strike 1.
We're in the second, 1-0 Mets early on.
Ground ball to right center field, and that is a single for the Tigers. Kansas City Royals hosting the Yankees 4-1.
That extends his hitting streak to 6 games.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 6 days.
And if you guys can hear me, type it in the chat. Here comes the pitcher, Matthew Boyd, making his first attempt for the Tigers defense in game 2 of 3.
His first opportunity in this one.
Tigers setting up base runner first with 1 out. Snydergaard gives a sign, sets the target, ball 1.
A fastball to start him off, but that misses for ball 1.
Here comes the 1-0 count by Snydergaard. Strike 1. If you guys want to catch more MLB 19 from the weekends and on the weekends, and if you guys are pumped and ready to go tomorrow in the afternoon for Dragon Quest 11, make sure you guys hit that like button, smash the like button, guys, and turn on the notification bell. You guys haven't given the opportunity, swing and a miss, strike 2. If anyone has an account on Facebook or Twitter or has a community tab, add our buddy James Cox of the hashtag I Am a Creator community and add him to your community tab. As good as you can get. Ground ball to left center field and a double play. And that's out number 3, and the side is retired. Second out one more time. The Tigers leave 1 in game 2. As we go to the bottom of the second, Mets up 1-0 in game 2 of 3. Due up for the Mets, Michael Conforto, batting 230, 6 home runs, 17 RBIs. Because Matthew Boyd on the mound. The defense and the pitch, strike 1. We tweeted out, Sarah, comment, guys. Leave a meaningful comment once you've done it, and add it to a playlist. If you guys have any questions, type it in the chat. Let's grow, let's grow. Pay it forward and be rewarded. Swing and a miss, and that's out number 1 for the Mets. Third strikeout by Matthew Boyd.
And let's focus on former Triple Crown winner Miguel Cabrera.
Here comes the lineup for the Detroit Tigers. Kristen Stewart, Boyd Hannah is back in it. Grayson Grenier, Jordy Mercer, Samir Candelario, Nico Goodrum, Miguel Cabrera is also on grounds. Here comes the Pete Alonso, batting .214, 5 home runs, 16 RBIs to his credit. Boyd guy gives a sign, and the pits. Ball 1. The 1-0 count by Boyd, 2-3 record of the season. Strike 1. Milwaukee Brewers hosting the Phillies, 1-0.
Now the 1-1 pitch.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Boyd looking for the out. Swing and a miss, and that's out number 2 for the Metropolitans. Fourth strikeout by Matthew Boyd. Matthew Boyd from the Tigers defense is looking good. Chicago White, here comes Juan Lagares, batting .178, 1 home run, 7 RBIs to his credit. Matthew Boyd gives a sign, he nods his head in the pits. Ball 1. Ball 2. So yeah, I have 12:15 to 8, and then I'm off the next 3 days, guys. So I'm gonna be getting Assassin's Creed done sometime this week. Ball 3. On deck for the Mets, the pitcher Snydergaard. Here comes 3-0 by Boyd. Strike 1.
Over the outside, but in there for a strike. 2 out, nobody on.
3-1 count. Strike 2.
And it's full 3-2.
And he struck him out. And that's the third out, and the side is retired. As we go to the top of the third, Mets up 1-0 in game 2 of 3. Due up for the Detroit Tigers, Jordy Mercer. He is 0 for 1 with a line out his first time. Here's the first pitch by Snydergaard. Strike 1. Tigers won the first one 4-0. Fly ball to right center field, and that is a single for the Tigers. San Diego Padres visiting the Blue Jays 2-1. Check it out one more time, and that's that, guys. Tigers staring at base runner first with no outs. Here's the first pitch by Snydergaard. Strike 1. Samir Candelario is 1 for 1 with a single in the first. Washington Nationals hosting the Marlins 1-0. Here comes the 0-1 by Snydergaard. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Ball 1.
Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-2.
Fly ball to left center field, and that'll be a single for the Tigers. But the base runner from first goes to second, and that's the first out for the Tigers. Check it out one more time.
But then all of a sudden, the throw comes in, and they get the force on the plate. To be honest, that just can't happen.
There's the first pitch. Ball 1.
As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1.
Miguel Cabrera's 1 for 1.
Against left-handed pitching, perhaps one of the best in the game in that regard, but he does have his warts against right-handers at times. Just not as proficient at putting the ball in play
Strike
when
one.
it's coming from that side. A ball and a strike to Miguel Cabrera.
Ground ball to left. He gives it to first in time, 2 away. When the base runner from first goes to second.
And timeout, he quite learned that got him. And it appeared from up here at least, and his actions on the field confirm it. It looked like it got him on his drive leg, which could be problematic, of course, for him. But from the
Here comes Ford Hanna.
he's going to try to continue.
He was hit by a pitch this first time.
Striding in once
What's up,
again,
Teacup? How you doing, girl?
as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield.
I have a question for you. I'm waiting till you come in here.
That time, laid off for a ball. Candelario.
If you guys can hear me, type it in the chat. If you guys can. Comes to 1-0 count. Ball 2.
Well, he's got a base open to use right here. And it looks
Can you hear me,
like he might
Teacup?
not be afraid to do that by the way he's pitching it.
What? I mean, what would it be? I mean, you are one of my top moderators.
The set and the 2-0.
Strike 1.
Sinker gets the outside.
Well, the first question is, you know how my top moderator has 8 supporters, correct? Of the I Am Creator community. Ground ball to right center field, and that's foul, strike 2. But the question is, did you press the red support button on my pun yesterday? I asked her about that last night after I got off at 6. So did you support my pun this week? Ground ball to the pitcher's mound. He gives it to first, and the side is retired.
So no runs here on a base hit, no errors.
Tigers sleep 2 as we go to bottom of the third. Mets up 1-0 in game 2 of 3. Due up for the Metropolitans, the pitcher, Noah Snydergaard, batting .278. I said, and I quote, I said, Teacup, did you support, are you now supporting my future wife and the I Am a Creator community? So he has about 9 supporters now. He has about 9.
He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Did you support my pudding?
Inside with that one, a pretty easy take there.
I'm sorry, that was also my fan. I'm not going to worry about that. Here comes the 1-0 count by Boyd. Ground ball to right center field. He gets it to first, 1 away for the Metropolitans. But yeah, did you hit that red support button for my baby this week? Here comes Jeff McNeil. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first. But type it in the chat.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Strike 1. Chicago Cubs hosting the Reds 8-8. Comes the 0-1 by Boyd. Strike 2.
Now it's 0-2.
Don't just assume as a hitter right here he won't triple up.
McNeil is 0 for 1. Yeah, correct. Did you hit that red support button for her? Please tell me you supported her this week. Swing and a miss, and that's out number 2 for the Metropolitans. 6th strikeout by Matthew Boyd. Matthew Boyd from the Tigers defense is putting on a good show.
Not a lot of positives to draw from that at bat when you take 2 strikes and then you chase one.
Yeah, my girl Samantha. It's been 765 days. That's when I've been together. Strike 1. Saquin Barreros is 1 for 1 with a double, excuse me. But type it in the chat, T. Ground ball, and he makes the catch from the first baseman, and the side is retired. As we go to the top of the 4th, Mets holding on to a 1-0 lead in game 2 of 3. So who became her ninth supporter of the I Am a Creator community? Anyone? Here comes Kristen Stewart. He's all for one with a strikeout in the first. Looking to put a little bit of work for the Tigers offense. Here's the pitch by Snydergaard in game 2 of 3. Ball 1. So it wasn't you, Teacup? I mean, I wasn't sure if it would be you or not. I mean, her and I were talking about you pretty much became her ninth supporter, if I'm correct. I mean, I'm not really sure. Strike 1. James Cox, maybe. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. That'll be fair ball to left. And that will be a double for the Tigers. Who I want. 12th double by Kristen Stewart. Into a play for doubles leaders. Nick Castellanos has 17. Samir Candelario has 17. Son Hicks has 17. And Doty Mercer has 10. Here comes Nico Goodwin. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out in the first.
Yeah, Matty, and it looked like a sinker.
What do you mean? What do you mean, Teacup? Type it in the chat. Strike 1. Nico Goldman's 0 for 1. Tigers still got base runner second with no outs. In game 2 of 3. Ground ball to left center field. And that will be a single for the Tigers.
And they'll put the brakes on at third. Runners at the corners with nobody out.
Here's the replay one more time.
Being a pretty big inning, D-roll. Leadoff double, now a base hit, and all of a sudden, first and third.
Yeah, sometimes you wake up and just get smacked in the mouth right here. He's going to have to start executing pitches.
Tigers staring at base runner first and third with no outs in game 2. Looking for their first lead. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. Mikey Montauk is 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second. Type 1 in the chat if you guys are here. Type 1 in the chat if you guys are here. The I Am a Creator community equals hashtag pay it forward. Comes the 0-1 by Snydergaard. Swing and a miss, strike 2. But don't worry about the fan, guys. I pretty much haven't cooled the rest of the way. Yeah, that would be my guess. I mean, the thing is, whoever became my future wife's ninth supporter pretty much checks out the content. And that's out number 1 for the Tigers. Third strikeout by Snydergaard. Check it out one more time. But yeah, I double checked. You see, T, I double checked, and she's at. I'm pretty sure she's at 9. Yep, she has at 9 supporters. I'm like, wow. That's what I'm talking about. Grayson Green is 1 for 1 with a single in the second. So Teacup, are you sure you didn't hit? Are you sure you're not her ninth supporter? What do you think? Ball 2. Grayson Green is 1 for 1.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be aggressive.
But yeah, like I said, I wasn't sure if you became her ninth supporter or not, but it's all good. Here comes the 2-0 by Snydergaard. Strike 1.
And that's over 2-1.
Hey, I don't care what league you're in, American, National, if you're playing on Mars, if you get a heater down the middle.
Here's the replay again. 96 miles an hour. But you guys will get the finale of Dragon Quest XI in the afternoon tomorrow, since I'm off the next 3 days after tonight. Fly ball to center field, and he makes the catch out, number 2 for the Tigers. While the base runner from third goes to home. As the Tigers even things up, it's a 1-1 tie game in game 2 of 3. As we speak. Here comes Matthew Boyd. He is 0 for 1 with a ground out in the second. Tigers staring at base runner first with 2 outs, looking for their first lead in game 2 of 3.
Ready with the first
Here's the
pitch.
pitch.
Here it comes.
Strike one.
Here's his strike with the breaking ball.
I mean, the thing is, I may have an idea of who became my Love's Knife supporter, but I'm not going to rule it out. Strike two. But it all depends who did or not. But like I said, it could be anybody. What do you say, T? Foul ball, fly ball to right center field, and that will be a single for the Tigers.
Well, you never want to give up a hit to an opposing pitcher, but when you give one up to an AL pitcher, it's downright annoying. Can't let it
You have two people in the hot seat, 2 likes. Smash the like button, guys, of the I Am a Creator community. Tweet the live stream out, Sarah, and add it to a playlist. Here comes Jordy Mercer. He's 1 for 2 with a single in the third. Snydergaard on the mound. He gives the sign. Here's the pitch. Ball 1.
Close there, but he doesn't get the call with the breaking ball. 1 run, 7 hits, and no errors in the ball game for the Tigers. And the sinker is over here, and that even.
Wait a minute, did I get something back or what? I for one am not going to check that until later. Here comes the 1-1 by Snydergaard. Foul ball to left. Strike 2.
A 1-2 pitch.
Ground ball to left center field, and gives it to second, and the side is retired.
Tigers get just the 1.
As we go to bottom of the 4th.
All tied at 1-1.
Tie game 1-1, and the game 2 of 3. Well, apparently I'll get to that in the second here. I believe right now she's getting ready for. I think she's taking a shower right now or having some breakfast right at the moment. Wilson Ramos is 1 for 1 with a single. Boy with a 2-3 record gives a sign in the pits. Fly ball to left center field, and he makes the catch, and that's out number 1 for the Metropolitans in game 2 of 3. Here comes Jonas Cespedes. He is grounded out in the first. Here comes Boyd again. Here's the first pitch. Strike 1. San Diego Padres visiting the Blue Jays 3-2. I'll tell you in the second in the chat. Foul ball to right. Strike 2. So she wants more supporters or not. I can give 2. I'm not the 9th. Oh, okay. Well, she doesn't have a type of goal as my future wife, but all I know is she's funny, smart, romantic, and knows how to seal somebody up, you know. It's been 765 days since her and I have been together. Swing and a miss. And that's out number 2 for the Mets. 7th strikeout by Matthew Boyd. He's putting on the clinic for the Tigers defense. He has a 2-3 record. Taking out one more time. Milwaukee Brewers hosting the Phillies 4-4. Boyd gets the sign, he nods his head. Ball 1. Robinson Cano, he's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first, in game 2 of 3. Tigers won the first one 4-0. Fly ball to right center field, and he makes the catch. And the side is retired. Chicago White Sox defeating the Twins 10-2. As we go to top of the 5th, tie game 1-1 in game 2 of 3. Due up for the Tigers, Samir Candelario. He's 1 for 2 with a single in the first. As he gets started for the Tigers offense, Snydergaard still on the mound. Here's the pitch by Snydergaard. Strike 1. But it all depends.
That changeup came in at 89.
No, it might be a female. I highly don't think it would be. I highly don't think it would be a male, but it all depends. The question is, whoever it might be part of the I am a creative community.
On a line, that's a base
Ground
hit.
ball to left center field, and that will be a single for the Tigers.
I know this pitcher's trying to keep his
Yeah, there's a good possibility.
ridiculous right there.
We'll see.
Right down the
Check it out one more time.
He's lucky he's getting this ball
But it all depends, really, what comes out of it. You may have to ask my top moderator about it. Tigers staring at base runner first, but no outs. Here's the pitch by Snydergaard.
Now, Miguel Cabrera.
Ball one.
Take a look at the pitch too low. It's
Miguel
ball
Cabrera's
one.
1 for 2 with a single in the first. In game 2 of 3. But, Teacup, now back to what I was saying earlier. Let's get down to business. Does Men in Black have a good slim lead for the Idol next year that One Love and I will be dancing to?
Gets his lead at first.
Yeah, create a community. That's what I was thinking. Well, what do you think?
And a slider
Ball
rolls
two.
in on him as he has to lean out
But yeah,
of the
does
way.
Men in Black still have a good lead over Phantom of the Opera and Titanic at this point for the Idol next year? But yeah, tonight, since I get off at 8, one of my parents is going to give me, with my own cast, I'll tell you in a minute, strike 2.
Strike number 2.
With my own cast, I'm finally going to pay my phone bill tonight and get a PSN card before the weekly deals come out. Before, fly ball to left center field. He picks up a block, and that will be a double for the Tigers in game 2 of 3. Check it out one more time in game 2 of 3. But right now, MK11 has a 51% lead again. While Men in Black still has a good lead. And I got a word back from you know Chaotic Word, right, Teacup? Part of the I'm Creative community. Ford Hanna is 1 for 1 and with a hit by pitch in the 3rd. Well, the Idol is not going to be until next year. So, Men in Black still has a good lead. Ground ball to left center field. He gets to the first baseman, not in time. And that will be a RBI double, and that will be scored as an E6. As the Tigers take the lead, it's 2-1 Tigers. Top of the 5th with no outs, I believe, in game 2 of 3. Check it out one more time. Tigers staring at base runner first and second with no outs. We're going to extend the lead in game 2. Here's the pitch by Snydergaard. Strike 1. Preston Stewart's 1 for 2 with a double. So yeah, Men in Black has been holding on to a good lead over Phantom of the Opera and Titanic. But I don't think the other two are going to surpass it. Swing in the miss, strike 2. I also, and Teacup, I also checked out the box office over the weekend. Apparently The Lion King is still #1. Even though we have a couple of good movies that are coming out pretty soon, and that is Hobbs and Shaw. We have scary movies. Swing in the miss, strike 3. Out #1 for the Tigers. 4th strikeout by Snydergaard. But yeah, we have Hobbs and Shaw, which my love and I are really not going to see, most likely. Well, my love and I are pretty much planning on. Well, her and I are planning it. So we're actually taking our time of which one we're going to be dancing to. So Men in Black is definitely going to continue to win for sure. But it all depends. Nico Goodrum is 1 for 2 with a single in the 4th. But yeah, my love and I will tell you the details. That's my top moderator. Once he gets in the chat this morning. Ground ball to right center field. And that will be a single for the Tigers. In game 2 of 3. But we'll see what happens. I just think there's a good chance that Noah Syndergaard has given up 10 hits and 4 strikeouts for the Metropolitans defense. Here comes Maki Matuk. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Tigers staring at bases loaded with 1 out. Looking to extend the lead in game 2 of 3.
this situation. This is a big-time spot in this game.
Here comes the pitch by Snydergaard. Strike one.
Slider finds the zone for a strike.
But it all depends, T. I mean, her and I are still taking our time. Looking forward as much as we can. Fly ball to right center field, and he makes the catch. Second out by the Tigers. Well, we'll see what we can do. But what about which game's going to be taking over DQ11 from Thursdays and Fridays? Your thoughts on that, T? Remember, MK11 still has a good lead. It has a 51% chance over RE2 Remake to take the Saints Dragon Quest 11 on Thursdays and for Thursdays and Fridays. Okay. And you and I can get back at it when we get here. Strike two. Grayson Grenier is 1 for 1.
Cabrera at third, Hanna on second, Goodrum on at first with 2 down.
Here's the pitch by Snydergaard. Swing and a miss. And that's out number 3, and the side is retired. Tigers lead 3 as we go to bottom of the 5th. Tigers up 2-1 in game 2 of 3. But it all depends. I mean, Men in Black has not given up the lead. I mean, it's been doing pretty well in the competition so far for the Idol for next year. And what's my love and I are going to be going for 3 years in a row for Night Sign next year in the month of February. It will be February 8th. I will have that down, and February 9th down, most likely in the order. Do what for the Mets? Michael Conforto, he is 0 for 1 for a strikeout in the second. As Matthew Boyd is still on the mound. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. Conforto is 0 for 1. Matthew Boyd with 2-3 record as starter for the Tigers defense. San Diego Padres visiting the Blue Jays 3-2. Boyd gives a sign, he nods his head. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. So yeah, DQ11's finale will be tomorrow in the afternoon, most likely in the order. And then it will be after first thing in the morning tomorrow from Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, swing and a miss, strike 2 for Borderlands 2. You guys will be getting that this week. Assassin's Creed, I'm trying to get a new episode going, but it's been 6 weeks since I haven't gotten a new one going. Here's the pitch by Boyd. Ball 2. But I'll let you guys know beforehand of what's going to be happening. Foul ball to left again, strike 2. Foul ball to left again, strike 2. Boyd gives a sign in the pits, 2-3 record. Foul ball to right again, strike 2. Foul ball to right again. Hold on a second, guys. I'm gonna see if my love can come in the chat. I always sent her an invite. Hold on a second. Boyd with the sign. Foul ball to left again. Strike 2. Okay, there we go. Foul ball to left again. Strike 2.
This'll land untouched.
Type 1 in the chat if you guys are here, the I Am a Creator community. Ground ball to third. He gives it to first baseman. 1 away for the Mets. What happened, T? Here comes Pete Alonso. He's 0 for 1 for a strikeout in the second.
0 for 1 for him here in this one.
What's up, honey? How you doing?
Here comes the first pitch.
Foul ball to right, strike 1. Teacup, I told you my top moderator would be here. So what do you got, baby? Since you already sent me a couple of them on Facebook. And that's strike 2. Wood gets the sign, looking for the out. And foul ball, ground ball to right line. That'll be a single for the Mets. No, I am Bella Collin. What? Since when would you be Bella, Teacup? I mean, have you seen Twilight? I'm tired and I want you. Oh, you want me tonight? Well, here's the thing. Did I tell you what's going to be going on tonight, since I'm off at 8? Type it in the chat. My love may have a clue. Strike 1. Miguel's is 0 for 1. Foul ball to right, and that's strike 2. Mets doing at base runner first with 1 out. We're going to even things up with the Tigers in game 2 of 3. And he struck him out. And that's out number 2 for the Mets. 8th strikeout by Matthew Boyd. How do you reply to that, baby? That's my future wife. Go right ahead. I watched Twilight for 30 times. Well, my love and I went to go see, question for you, baby. How many Twilight movies have we seen in theaters? I mean, I know we've seen one with one of our good friends over the years, if I'm correct. Ground ball to the foul, and that'll be a single for the Mets. It's base run from second goes to third.
And time now to see quite where that got him. And it appeared from up here.
I mean, I know my opponent and I went to go see Twilight Blue Moon at one point. I believe it was back in 2009, 2010, I believe. If you guys can double check that in the chat, that would be good. Here comes Zeph McNeil. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Welcome to group up. It's 0 for 2. Mets sitting at base runner first and third with 2 outs. Looking to take the lead in game 2 of 3. Check swing, strike 1. McNeil is 0 for 2. Foul ball to left. Strike 2. Looking for the out. Ball 1. But yeah, I think it was Twilight New Moon that you and I, that my love and I went to go see. Wasn't it, honey? I'm just thinking it might have been that. I mean, it was way before they started making Bumblebee last year for in theaters. Swing and a miss. And that's out number 3, and the side is retired. In game 2 of 3. As we go to top of the 6th, Tigers holding on to a 2-1 lead in game 2 of 3. From the weekends and on the weekends. But yeah, when Teacup and I were talking about if Men in Black still has a good lead for the Idol next year. And I told her, I said, Men in Black still has a good lead right now. It still does. Because when it comes to that, you see, when it comes to that, I mean, look, Men in Black, I mean, my buddy Chaotic is not going to be out of therapy until under 6 months, by the looks of it, since he told me on Twitter. Coming to the mound for the Mets, Paul Sewald. His first victim is Matthew Boyd. He's 1 for 2 with a single in the 4th. But yeah, well, like I said, Men in Black still has a good lead. Phantom of the Opera and Titanic hasn't been dialed in that much. In the Mets bullpen, Justin Wilson. But as far as I know, it's been doing pretty well. Foul ball behind the batter's box, strike 2. Let me know what you guys think. If the moderators can type it in the chat, that would be good. Cincinnati Reds visiting the Cubs, 9-8.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch.
Foul ball to left, strike 2.
The 0-2 once more.
Hold on a second. Ball 1. My top feature wife in the chat. Hold on a second. I want to give a response to T. And that'll be pop up to foul territory, and that's the first out for the Tigers in game 2 of 3. We have 4 people in the hot seat, 2 likes. Can we get up to 5 likes in the chat, please?
He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far.
Can we get up to 5 likes in the chat, please? If the moderators can put it in, smash the like button, the ones that come in. Jordy Mercer is 1-for-3. Ground ball to left center field. He gives it the first, 2 away. My pun says Teacup. My nickname is Bella Swan. I am Alice, and my pun, check this out. Teacup says I am Alice then, and my husband is Jasper. Oh, Alice? Alice is actually a good actress, you know. Played by Ashley Green. And my love and I spent a good romantic time together. But did I tell you what she did for me? I believe. Fly ball to left center field, and he makes the catch. And the side is retired. As we go to bottom of the 6th, Tigers holding on to a 2-1 lead in game 2 of 3. Due up for the Metropolitans, Queen Barreros. He is 1-for-2 for double. But yeah, what are the plans for tonight, baby? As you're my romantic, beautiful Bella Swan sock maker. That's why I say sock maker machine. As Brodus Meredith used to say back in Rocky 3, I believe, when he said that Clubber Lang is a killing machine, and he told him that that he's a Rocky machine. He gets it the first, 1 away for the Metropolitans. Here comes Wilson Ramos. He is 1-for-2 with a single in game 2 of 3. Boyd gets the sign, 2-3 record. Ball 1. You guys are good friends already, my baby. I mean, Puddin', because I love you, no matter what happens. But what Teacup and I are trying to figure out is who became your 9th supporter of the I Am a Creator community. That's what we're also trying to figure out too. Wait for a strike. Ball 3. On deck, Jonas Cespedes, former Oakland Athletic, batting .310. But yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out at this point. Of who became your 9th supporter. Ground ball to first, and he makes the catch, and that's out number 2 for the Mets. Good eye by the Tigers defense. They won the first one 4-0. Here comes Jonas Cespedes. He has struck out and he has grounded out. But continue, guys, and chat. But Alice doesn't seem that bad. We also, my love and I's favorite staff, we pretty much know who she is. We actually know who she is completely. If we want to rant about that a little bit. Fly ball to left center field, and he makes the catch, and the side is retired. As we go to top of the 7th, Tigers holding on to a 2-1 lead in game 2 of 3. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about the Idol or which game will walk out the winner tonight, since I'm doing DQ11 tomorrow in the afternoon as we speak, from Thursdays and Fridays, you guys type it in the chat. Pay it forward and be rewarded. Coming up to the mound for the Mets defense, Justin Wilson. Making his 25th game this season with a 1-3 record, 3.38 ERA. Here comes Miguel Cabrera. He's 2 for 3 with a double and a single, as he gets himself started with the Tigers offense. Aw, thank you, Teacup. That means a lot. Teacup, can you hit that red support button to my left channel? And see how many, so I can double check in the chat how many supporters he has. Miguel Cabrera's 2 for 3. I mean, I would really appreciate it. San Diego Padres defeating the Blue Jays 3-2. But yeah, Love and I are taking our time. Looking forward to it. Fly ball to left center field, and he makes the catch, 1 away. In game 2 of 3. Oh, the Teacup, how do you respond to that? Here comes Fort Hanna. He's 0 for 2 with a hit by a pitch. How do you respond to that? And that's for my buddy Leon. That's for my brother Leon. He better start showing up. He better start showing up real quick, because I haven't seen him for the last couple weeks. I mean, I just hope he's okay. If my buddy Leon is here, I would gratefully appreciate if he could stop by and see how he's doing. And that'll be a single for the Tigers in game 2 of 3. Check it out one more time. Alex says you're gonna see Renesmee soon. Congratulations. But yep, my love and I are still taking our time. Looking forward as much as we can get. Tigers staring at base runner first with 1 out. We're gonna extend the lead in game 2 of 3. Here's the pitch by Wilson. Strike 1. Crescent Stewart, guys, in the chat. He's 1 for 3 with a double. There you go, Bella. Yeah, I get the idea. I get a lot of the idea. Ball 1. To the moon and back. Because we are the greatest. And we surpassed the 1 hour limit. And we're going to show everybody what we can do. As much as we can. Comes a 1-1 by Wilson. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Crescent Stewart held that bat a little too long. Kansas City Royals defeating the Yankees 4-1. Here comes the 1-2. Foul ball to left, strike 2.
Hopefully he has another pitch left in his repertoire to bury this guy and get him out of there.
Ball 2.
2 balls and 2 strikes now. Runner goes for second.
Fly ball to left center field, and that'll be a single for the Tigers. How does he know that, Teacup? Type it in the chat. Check it out one more time. Well, when I first met Bella, I was like, you know, in the very first Twilight, you know. Yeah, we can pretty much get the idea. Nico Goodwin is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Tigers staring at base runner first and third with 1 out. We're going to extend the lead in game 2 of 3. Here's the pitch by Wilson, strike 1.
Hey, I have no problem with that take right there. Reliever coming in, you haven't seen this guy for a while. Gives yourself a chance to calibrate what he's got.
So the good thing is I'm off tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. Fly ball to right center field, and that'll be a RBI single for the Tigers. As the Tigers extend the lead, it's 3-1 Tigers, top of the 7th with 1 out.
Even if it's only psychological, the pitcher knows when he steps out there that he has a little bit of wiggle room to work with.
Coming to the pitcher's mound for the Mets defense, Robert Zelsman, making his 27th game this season with a 1-2 record, 3.90 ERA and 27 strikeouts. Maki Montauk is 0 for 3 with a line out in the 5th. Tigers staring at base on the first and second with one out. Zelsman gives the sign, and the Pitts.
Here's the first offering.
Ball 1.
Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball.
When you've got a guy that throws a good two-seam fastball, you have to be ready for him
Your
to
thoughts,
try to run
Alice?
inside and jam you.
AKA
You got to
teacup.
lay off that
Da da
one,
da
but I
da.
wouldn't be surprised if
And that's
we see
ball
it
1.
again.
Got the 1-0 count by
The 1-0.
the Pitts. Strike 1.
First strike.
You guys having a good time. I love it.
And that's
Ground ball to right.
No chance to
And that'll be a single for the Tigers.
And now they'll hustle out there and attend to their pitcher, and that is
That's the Mets defense.
Want to come out of this game, and from all indications, it looks like he's going to try to continue.
Grayson Grenier with an opportunity. He's 1 for 2 with a single.
Grayson Grenier.
Tigers staring at bases loaded.
Last trip to the plate.
With 1 out, we're going to extend the lead in game 2 of 3. If my buddy Leon Kennedy would get himself up and jump in the chat, that would be good. Type 4 in the chat, guys, if you want Leon Kennedy to come in. Because we may have a good role for him. If we can. Strike 1. We may have a good, my love and I may have a good role for Leon.
A cold strike there, but he might need to lower his sights a little bit.
What do you think, baby? Any ideas? Here comes the 1-1 by Zelsman.
1-1. Now a
Foul ball to left. Strike 2.
Foul ball.
The 1-2 count by Zelsman.
Sky down
Foul
the
ball to left again. Strike 2.
and that will end up a foul ball.
But it all depends. Comes the 1-2 again by Zelsman.
This is
Ground ball to
simply
left. He gives it to first, and that's out number 2 for the Tigers.
in to score.
As the base runner from third goes to home. As the Tigers extend the lead, it's 4-1 Tigers. Top of the 7th with 2 outs. Matthew Boyd, he's 1 for 3 with a single in the 4th. Tigers staring at base runner 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. We're going to extend the lead in game 2 of 3. Here's the Pitts. Ball 1.
And there's a fastball well off the plate inside.
Tigers won the first one 4-0.
The runner at third, Matuk at second with 2 gone.
So yeah, honey, what's the plan for tonight? I mean, I know I still have to pay a couple of my bills. Actually, 1 bill. That would be my phone bill and getting a PSN card if MK11 can still hold off RE2 Remake by chance. That would be the big question. That would be the big question right there, hopefully. The 2-0 count by Zelsman. Strike 1.
Finds the zone for a strike.
But we'll see what happens. I mean, I get off at 8 tonight. The 2-1 count by Zelsman. He nods his head. Ground ball to right center field, and that will be a RBI single. 2 RBI single. As the Tigers extend the lead at 6-1 Tigers, top of the 7th with 2 outs in game 2 of 3. As the Tigers are looking red hot in game 2 of 3 in the chat from the weekends and on the weekends. Jordy Mercer, he's 1 for 4 with a single in the 3rd. Tigers staring at base runner first with 2 outs. Tigers won the first one 4-0. Here's the pitch to him. Strike 1.
Power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1.
Jordy Mercer's 1 for 4. Here comes the 0-1 by Zelsman. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Some guys have no trouble hitting with 2 strikes.
Just pay it forward, guys, and be rewarded.
Let's see the approach right here. I'd like to see him shorten up a little bit, maybe choke up and try and work the ball back up the middle the other way.
The 0-2 pitch.
Ball 1.
Taken for ball 1.
So yeah, what's the plan for tonight, honey? Anything? I mean, I'm off at 8, but I only have to take care of a couple of things. Foul ball to right in the stands, strike 2. But we'll see what happens tonight. That's my shot maker.
Here's the 1-2 delivery.
Ground ball to left center field. He gets it to the second baseman, and the side is retired.
So the nearly bat around here is 8.
As we go to bottom of the 7th, Tigers up 6-1 in game 2 of 3.
7th inning stretch time.
Do up for the Mets as they're looking to grab some good stuff going. Robinson Cano knows what he has to do for the Metropolitans as they're hoping to get some good ground going. He gets struck out and he gets grounded out. Matthew Boyd's still on the mound. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. Robinson Cano is 0 for 2. Tigers won the first one 4-0. The 0-1 count by Boyd. 2-3 record. Ball 1.
Count now a ball and a strike.
I'm thinking it might be. I'm thinking it might be Wooden.
The 1-1 home. He pulls this one into
Fly ball to right center field, and he makes the catch. 1 away for the Mets.
to move to take it in for the first out.
I think it might be Wooden, Alice. That would be my guess. Here comes Michael Confronto. He knows what he has to do for the Mets. He's struck out and he gets grounded out. Looking to even things up with his 0 for 2.
First offering on its way.
Here's the first pitch. Ground ball to left center field.
Can't pick it up cleanly.
And that will be a single for the Mets. Must need a single for the Mets. And that will be scored as an E6. Washington Nationals hosting the Marlins 4-1. Here comes Pete Alonso. He's 1 for 2 for a single in the 5th. Metropolitan staring at base runner first with 1 out. Looking to cut the lead that the Tigers have in game 2 of 3. Strike 1. The 0-1 count. And a pop up to first. And he makes the catch, and that's out number 2 for the Mets. Here comes Juan Lagueras. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Looking to do better than 2 strikeouts. Here comes Boyd again. Ball 1.
Just misses. That's ball 1.
I think Alice has a good point, honey. Your thoughts on that? Ball 2.
Again, and it's 2-0.
We've seen him go down on strikes more than once in this game, so this has been a better approach by him at this at-bat. Much more
Look for a strike.
And he's gotten himself into a good hitter.
Foul ball to right, strike 1. 2-1 count by Boyd. Ball 3. On deck, pitcher's spot. Zelsman is on deck. Ground ball to right, and he makes the catch, and the side is retired in game 2 of 3.
The lead remains 5. It's 6-1.
As we go to top of the 8th, Tigers holding on to a 6-1 lead in game 2.
Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here.
As the Metropolitans manager takes on with the umpire.
Edwin Diaz will come out and take the
Coming to the mound for the Mets defense this season, Edwin Diaz, making his 15th game this season. For 1-1 record, 1 save, 6.39 ERA, and 17 strikeouts. Now batting Zamir Candelario in game 2 of 3. He's 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Here's the pitch by Diaz, strike 1. But yeah, what's the plan for tonight, honey? I mean, all I have is a couple errands. Foul ball to left, strike 2. Pay it forward, guys, and be rewarded. If the moderators could type it in the chat, that would be interesting.
The 0-2 home.
Ball 1.
Misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure.
Oh, that's a good question. What do you think, Bells?
And it's
That's what I said. What do you think, Bella? Your thoughts on that? Cincinnati Reds defeating the Cubs 9-8. Comes the 1-2 by Diaz. Ball 2. But that is a good statement, T. That's a good statement. Comes to 2-2 by Diaz. Ball 3.
And the slider misses here, so he runs the count full.
On deck, Miguel Cabrera batting .322.
On deck here in the person of Miguel Cabrera.
He comes to 3-2 by Diaz. Gives a sign.
The 3-2 pitch.
Ground ball to right center field. He gives it to first, one away.
So the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
Here comes Miguel Cabrera. He's 2 for 4 with a double and a single.
He's 0 for 4.
Tigers win the first one 4-0.
From the stretch.
Ball 1.
Off the outside, and it's 1-0.
Chicago White Sox defeating the Twins 10-2. The 1-0 count. Ball 2.
Ball 2 as the slider dips below the zone.
Those are just 2 great takes right there. Those are pretty good pitches.
Here's the replay of the ball.
Away, both of them.
88 miles an hour.
Couldn't get the batter to fish.
Count. The pitch is
Strike 1.
Strike 1.
But yeah, I do have a point on that, Putin. Oakland A's hosting the Mariners 6-0. Comes to 2-1 by Diaz. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Tampa Bay Rays visiting the Indians 5-2. Foul ball to right, strike 2.
1 out, nobody on.
Foul ball behind the batter's box again, strike 2. Miguel Cabrera's 2 for 4.
Here now the 2-2.
Swing and a miss, and that's the second out by the Tigers. First strikeout by Edwin Diaz.
The right fielder, number 1.
Here comes Ford Hanna. He's 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI to his credit. In game 2 of 3. Diaz gives the sign, and here's the pitch. Ball 1.
Fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
Ball 2. The 2-0 count. Ball 3.
If I'm managing this hitter right here, he doesn't even have to look down at the third base coach. You know he's got the green light. He's one of the best hitters in your lineup.
The 3-0 pitch is a heater
Strike 1.
for a strike.
Ford Hanna's 1 for 3. The 3-1 count by Diaz. Foul ball to left, strike 2. I'm going to be getting something to eat downstairs after I'm done with this from the weekends and on the weekends.
Now the 3-2 pitch.
Foul ball to right again, strike 2.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out.
Foul ball behind the batter's box again, strike 2. Ford Hanna wants a nice hit from Diaz, from the Mets defense. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out, and the side is retired. As we go to the bottom of the 8th, Tigers holding on to a 6-1 lead in game 2 of 3. Here comes Keon Braxton, batting .222, 3 home runs, 5 RBIs. Here comes Boyd again. He's still on the mound. Foul ball to right, strike 1. The 0-1 count. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Swings and misses, strike 2.
This guy's pitching really well in this one so far. You could just see he's awful confident, attacking.
Type 1 in the chat if you guys are still here. Type 1 if you in the chat. Boyd looking for the out. And he struck him out. and that's out number 1 for the Mets. 10 strikeouts for Matthew Boyd. Matthew Boyd is on fire with the Tigers defense. Check it out one more time.
No walks up to this point, so he's pounding that zone with strikes, and he's making.
Boyd gives the sign, he nods his head, and the pits. Ground ball to left center field, and that is a single for the Mets. A much-needed single for the Mets. Matthew Boyd is giving up 7 strikes and 23 balls, a total of 90 in the pitch count. Joaquin Barrera is looking to put in some work for the Mets. He's 1 for 3 of a double. I'll tell you in a minute. Hold on. Strike 1.
There's a strike at the knees, 0-1.
They haven't gotten much going against this guy so far in this one.
Hold on, I'll read the stat in a moment. 0-1 count. Strike 2. Alice says, Edward, can you explain why was it a foul ball? And was it the thrower's fault or the hitter's? I would say the hitter's, or it might have been one of two. One for the out, ball 1. Well, I know it might be one of two, really. The 1 and 2 count by Boyd. Ground ball to first. He gives it to first, 2 away, while the base runner from first goes to second. And that's out number 2 for the Mets. Here comes Wilson Ramos, looking to put some work in. He's 1 for 3. Mets staring at base runner second with 2 outs. Looking to cut the lead for the Tigers. Here's the pitch. Foul ball to right, strike 1. Fly ball to left center field. And he makes the catch. Good eye by the Tigers defense, and the side is retired. Mets strand a pair as we go to top of the 9th. Tigers holding on to a 6-1 lead in game 2 of 3. Coming to the bullpen for the Mets, Luis Ovinian, making his 10th game this season with an 0-1 record, 9.45 ERA, and 7 strikeouts. Here comes Kristen Stewart, due up for the Tigers. He's 2 for 4 with a double and a single. Ovinian gives a sign, and here's the first pitch. Strike 1. It might have been one of those two. One of those two might have been at fault from that foul ball, perhaps. That would be my guess. The 0-1 count by Vinian. He sets the target. Fly ball to left center field. He picks up a block, and that will be a double for the Tigers in game 2 of 3. Double number 13 for Kristen Stewart. Check it out one more time in the chat.
You better start that thing out of the zone and let it work its way back to the corner. With this one, it's
Tigers staring at base runner second with no outs.
Right over the heart of the plate and got whacked.
Teacup says, I'm so interested in on baseball, I'm trying to understand the rules. Strike 1. But you guys do realize that I haven't done Assassin's Creed for the last 6 weeks, correct? I mean, that's the problem. I'm still doing that. I'm still going to go back to it 1 to 2 days a week, but I haven't had time to do it most of the time. But I am going to get back to it soon. Foul ball to right, strike 2. Nico Goodwin is 3 for 4. Borderlands 2 is doing pretty well on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, which you guys already know. In the afternoon tomorrow, since I'm off tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, I will be doing the finale for Dragon Quest XI by then, by tomorrow. Fly ball to right center field, and we pick up a block, and that will be an RBI double for the Tigers, as the Tigers extend the lead to 7-1 with no outs. Double number 12, top of the 9th with no outs at this point in game 2 of 3. Check it out one more time. Tigers staring at base runner second with no outs. Ovinian gives the sign. He nods his head. And the pits. Strike one. But it all depends. Here comes Mikey Montauk. He is 1 for 4 with a single. Fly ball to left center field. He makes the catch, 1 away. But yeah, I still think one of those 2 games has a chance to take over DQ11. Most likely in the order. What do you guys think? Type it in the chat. And that's ball 1. Well, the base runner stays at second. The 1-0 count by Ovinian. Strike 1. I'm still getting the other games this year, by the way, guys, in the chat. Star Wars The Force, the Fallen Order on November 15th. Death Stranding on November 8th. Foul ball to right, strike 2. I'm still gonna be getting Borderlands 3 by September 13th. Because I have that down on the 14th. And the days for DC down as well. Ground ball to center field. He gives it the first 2 outs for the Tigers. As the Tigers will be bringing in John Hicks as a pinch hitter in game 2 of 3. Batting .285, 7 home runs, 16 RBIs to his credit. Tigers staring at base on a third with 2 outs, so we can extend the lead in game 2 of 3. Ovinian gives the sign. Strike 1. John Hicks batting .285, 7 home runs, 16 RBIs to his credit. Yes, but I will allow her to wear my wedding dress and my shoes. White. I would say white. Fly ball to right center field, and that will be a RBI single for the Tigers. As the Tigers extend their lead, it's 8-1. Top of the 9th with 2 outs. Tigers won the first one 4-0. Here comes shortstop Jordy Mercer. He's 1 for 5 with a single in the 3rd. Tigers staring at base runner first with 2 outs in game 2 of 3. Ovinian gives the sign and the pitch. Strike 1. But yeah, I would say wide most likely. The 0-1 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Jordy Mercer held that a little too long.
Fastball in, then a breaking ball down and away. Pick your spot and go with it.
A runner on first with 2 away.
There you go. There you go, honey. Ground ball to left center field. He gives it to first baseman, and the side is retired. As the time is running out for the Metropolitans in game 2. As we go to bottom of the 9th, Tigers up 8-1 in game 2 of 3. And the Tigers will be bringing in Shane Green, making his 11th game this season for the Tigers defense. 1-1 record with 2 saves, 6 ERA, and 10 strikeouts. Coming to the mound. And stepping in as the Mets are looking to try to climb back into a big hole. Yoenis Cespedes knows what he has to do at the same point in game 2. He's 0 for 3 with a flyout in the 6th. Time is running out for the Mets in game 2. Shane Green gives the sign. Here's the first pitch. Strike 1. Tigers won the first one 4-0. If you guys have any questions, type it in the chat. But at least we have our hours, honey. Ball 1. The 1-1 count. Green, ball 2.
In the third as the count moves to 2-1 now. The 2-1 takes a
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Foul ball to left, strike 2.
Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, here's the pitch.
Ball 3.
Shin high fastball.
On deck, Robinson Cano batting .266.
Waiting on deck here is Robinson Cano.
Comes to 3-2 by Green. Foul ball to right, strike 2. Ball 4, first walk by the Tigers. Mets were looking. The Mets needed a walk as we speak. In game 2 of 3. Coming to the batter's box for the Mets, Robinson Cano. He knows what he has to do for his team. As he has a big round to climb, he's 0 for 3 for line out in the 7th. Mets doing out base on him first with no outs in game 2 of 3. Here comes Green. Fly ball to right center field. He picks up a block and it's out of here. 2-run shot to right center field. 10th home run by Robinson Cano, 402 feet. As the Mets caught the Tigers' lead in game 2 of 3. It's 8-3 Tigers, bottom of the 9th with no outs. In game 2 of 3, 2-run shot to right center field. If you guys have any questions, type it in the chat. Check it out one more time. 2-run shot to right center field. In game 2 of 3. Green gives the sign. Ball 1. Michael Confronto, we're going to keep something up for the Mets. He's 0 for 3 for ground out in the 7th. The 1-0 count by Green. Ball 2.
Well, I kind of wonder if he's not being as aggressive as he was before that home run. Hey, this is a guy that
Ball 3. Tigers already given up 1 walk. On deck, Pete Alonso batting .217. Strike 1. Foul ball to left in the stands. Strike 2. Comes to 3-2 by Green. Ball 4. Second walk by the Tigers. Defense. Pay it forward, guys, and be rewarded. Never ask any support back. Pete Alonso knows what has to come with the Mets. He's 1 for 3 for single in the 5th. Mets staring at base on him first with no outs. Here comes Green again. Strike 1.
To stay a little taller and keep that upper half a little bit more over him.
He struggled a bit coming out of the bullpen here, so
Check swing, strike 2.
maybe it settles him down a little bit.
Behind 0-2 now.
Green looking for the out. Foul ball behind the batter's box. Strike 2.
As the fastball's fouled off to the right. Nothing in 2.
Foul ball to right again. Strike 2.
Here comes another 0-2.
Ball 1.
Shin high slider laid off for a ball.
Ball
2
2.
balls and 2 strikes now.
2-2. Foul ball to right again. Strike 2.
There as this one's fouled off to the right. He's set. Here's the 2-2.
Ball 3. Tigers already given up 2 walks.
3-2.
On deck, the pitcher spot Louis Ovanian. Comes to 3-2 by Green. Foul ball to right again. Strike 2.
Conforto on the first, nobody out.
Ground ball to third. And the base runner from second goes to third. And that will be a single for the Mets. Take it out one more time. In game 2 of 3.
Got under the feed to second and just sailed it. could be a costly mistake.
Rajay Davis will get an opportunity.
Here comes the Pits hitter. Hoping for, he has a good opportunity. Rajay Davis batting .185, 1 home run, 2 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases. As the Tigers will put a different pitcher.
Daniel Stump comes on now.
Due up for the mound for the Tigers defense this season. Daniel Stump making his 11th game of the season with an 0-2 record, 2.76 ERA, and 9 strikeouts. Alright, take your time, T. Are you still in the chat, baby? What are the plans tonight as my side maker? Here's the first pitch to him. Strike 1. Rajay Davis, batting .185.
Runners are at first and third with none out. Softly hit
Ground ball to third.
No shot at 2. The second for 1.
And that's out number 1 for the Mets. As the base runner from third goes to home. As the Mets cut the Tigers' lead, it's 8-4 Tigers. Bottom of the 9th with 1 out in game 2 of 3. Tigers won the first one 4-0. Keon Broxton, we're going to pile something in for the Mets. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the 8th.
Big time K last time up, and it's been a tough series for him so far. You can tell he's just not seeing the ball off this team. Let's see if he can make an adjustment.
Strike 1. Broxton's 0 for 1. Mets staring at base runner first with 1 out. Foul ball to right, strike 2. Hold on a second. Looking for the out. Ball 1. Yes, Jacob would be a good one for her because he is fast, strong, and warm. I accept C has to ask me and her dad. Most likely, yeah. That'd be my guess. Ball 2. But yeah, what are the plans for tonight, honey? All I know is I'm gonna be going with one of my peers after work. Swing and a miss, and that's out number 2 for the Mets. Good eye by the Tigers defense. As the time is running out for the Mets in game 2. Check it out one more time. Last chance for the Mets. Here comes Stump. Strike 1. Zeph McNeil, we're going to put some work in. He's 1 for 4 with a single in the 8th in game 2 of 3. The 0-1 count by Daniel. Strike 2. Stump nods his head. Fly ball to left center field. Picks up a block, and that will be a RBI triple. As the Mets caught the Tigers' lead, it's 8-5 Tigers. Bottom of the 9th for 2 outs. And it's shaping up to be a real good game in game 2 of 3. So Clean Barreros with an opportunity. He's 1 for 4 with a double. To his credit. Mets staring at base runner third with 2 outs. We're going to cut the Tigers' lead. Here's the pitch, strike 1. The 0-1 count by Stump. Foul ball to left, strike 2. Stump looking for the out. Ball 1. Barreros is 1 for 4. Ball 2.
Fastball, but it's upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Men on third with 2 down.
Ground ball to left. Foul ball, strike 2. Here's the pitch. Ball 3. Tigers already given up 2 walks by the defense. On deck, Wilson Ramos batting .226.
That's a tough pitch to lay off. Impressive that he did.
Here comes the 3-2 by Stump. Ball 4, third walk by the Mets. That's 3 walks by the Tigers. As the Metropolitans are almost right back in this game. in game 2 of 3. Here comes Wilson Ramos with a small opportunity. He's 1 for 4 with a single. Matt staring at base runner first and third with 2 outs. We're going to even things up with the Tigers. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. If you guys can hear me, type it in the chat. We got 4 people in the hot seat. Couple likes so far. The 1-0 count. Foul ball to left. Strike 1.
Now the 1-1 pitch.
Ball 2.
His pitch count is getting up there in the inning now.
T-Gup says Zach is so nice and warm. I do agree. That's a strong smell. Pretty much a wolf smell, actually. That'd be my guess. Strike 2.
Strike 2 is now they're down to their final strike here this afternoon. Runners at the corners, 2 men out.
Here's the pitch by Stump. And he struck him out. And the Tigers take game 2 as they make it 2 wins in a row. As the Tigers are now up to 23 and 29.
It's not easy going into that other team's ballpark.
Tigers won the first one in a shutout 4-0. And now they won the second one. And Mets Stadium. As the Tigers hold on to win 8-5. Tigers had 18 hits and 3 errors. Mets had 7 hits and 1 error. As the Tigers are up to 23 and 29 of the season. Well done by the Tigers. As we speak, as they're almost right back into this. As we simulate the other scores. That was a good game with the Tigers. Seawolves are with the Valade. The Castellanos is back into play. As we check out the other scores. Chicago White Sox going up to 31 and 22, defeating the Twins, sending them to 23 and 28. Final score 10-2 with 16 hits and 1 error. Santana with a 7th win for the White Sox. Kansas City Royals. Hold on a second. My opponent says he had prints on my daughter. When she was born, I was not happy when I became a vampire. Yep, that pretty much was in that book. That was in the film last night. Most likely in the order. As the Royals going up to 28 and 23, sending the Yankees down to 30 and 22, 4-1 with 13 hits. Keller with his 4th win. Hale with a 17th save. Reds had a good game with the Cubs, going up to 32 and 20, sending the Cubbies down to 33 and 18 in a good game, 9-8 with 11 hits. Lorenzen with his 3rd win. Iglesias with his 14th save. Padres going up to 18 and 34, sending the Blue Jays to an even 26 and 26 record, 3-2 with 8 hits. Erlin with a 2nd win. Yates with his 8th save. Washington Nationals going up to 32 and 20, defeating the Mets down to 25 and 25 even in the season. 4-1 with 6 hits. Steven Strasburg with a 4 and 6 win. Hold on a second. Teacup says, I see. You were so angry at the time. It was funny for everyone to see you so strong. But yeah, that was a funny beginning. I'm gonna tell you what, guys. That was a funny beginning. When my love and I had romantic time together last night. You know, I mean, Teacup, did you see the way Bella was when Bella was beating up a little bit towards Jacob that time on Big and Dumb Part 2? I'm like, oh my goodness, that was funny. That was funny. I'm gonna tell you what, something about imprinting, but that was good. Doolittle with his 15th save. Giants going up to 21 and 31, upsetting the Diamondbacks, going down to 27 and 25, 2-1 with 8 hits. Verona with his very first win. Oakland Athletics shut out the Mariners, going up to 31 and 23, 6-0, 8 hits and 1 error. Blackburn with his 5th win. Tampa Bay Rays going up to 25 and 26 as they slow down the Indians, 5-2 with 9 hits. Snell with his 3rd win. Alberto with his 13th save. Milwaukee Brewers upset the Phillies, going up to 22 and 31, setting the Phils down to 32-20. 5-4 with 8 hits. Curio with his second win. Hatter with his 8th save. Houston Astros had a good game with the Red Sox, going up to 38-15, setting the Red Sox down to 32-21. 3-1 with 9 hits. Lewis McCarthy Jr. with his 7th win. Osuna with his 18th save. LA Dodgers continue their winning ways, going up to 32-20, going and beating the Pirates 6-1 with 13 hits. Buehler with his third win. And St. Louis Cardinals going up to 28-23 over the Braves 6-5 with 9 hits and 1 error. And a Wainwright with his 4th win. Rockies going up to 29-23 over the Orioles 7-3 with 8 hits. Davis with the very first win. And the Texas Rangers going up to an even 25-25 record over the Angels 7-1 with 9 hits, with Chavez with his 3rd win. So the Tigers were going to continue the 2 wins. They got 1 more game with the Mets, and then they will be on the road to take on the Baltimore Orioles. As we take out the standings, as the Tigers are back to their winning ways, 21-29, going up to 23-29 of the season, guys, in the chat. As we speak, most of the time. But yeah, definitely. My love and I have also seen that part as well. I mean, that was pretty funny. But the sad part, accompanied by Leah, is that Seth got badly hurt by Bella, you know, and I'm like, Seth, I'm sure Seth Clearwater's gonna be okay. I'm sure he'll be okay. As we speak, if the Tigers continue to win from the weekends and on the weekends on the I'm Creative Community's weekly schedule, they might be able to overtake the Twins, as their record is 23-28. I found love to Jake. Well, it came down to 2. If I had to guess, it came down to 2. I believe it was, what were the 2 characters that Leah pretty much imprinted? I know it was Sam. Jacob and Sam. Was that correct, honey? If I'm right? Royals have won 7 consecutive games, going up to 28-23, and so only 2 games behind the White Sox. Anything can still happen a little bit extra, as the Tigers are looking to continue it as much as possible. The Astros have won 2 straight, going up to 38-15, with winning percentage of .717, as they have a 7.5 game lead over the Athletics, as they have a 31-23 record. 4 people in the hot seat, 2 or 3 likes. My pun says I could have killed him, but I didn't. My question for you, Alice. Question for you. Alice would have the honor of being the godmother of my daughter in Jasper too. What do you think, Teacup? Your thoughts in the chat. Athletics have a 4 game lead behind over the Rangers, as they have an even series of 25-25 this season. And as the Rangers won 6 games out of the last 10. Rangers have lost 3 straight, 15-39. The season is still kind of early at this point. Anything can still magically get into it. As we take a look at the American League wildcard race, Athletics, Yankees, Royals, Blue Jays, Rangers. Bottom list, Mariners, Orioles, Indians, Angels, and the Tigers, as the list goes in between. Phillies have the same record as the Nationals do, of a 32-20, but the Nationals have won 7 games in a row, as they're looking to overtake the lead from the Phillies, as a matter of fact, as they also have a 32-20. The Nationals are looking to continue a 7-game winning streak, and so trying to take first place from the Phillies. Maybe if they can get something going from the weekends and on the weekends. It all depends what will be going on from there. Mets have lost to 6 straight as the Tigers dealt with them. 22-24 down to 22-30. Any losing streaks can erase a little bit quicker than anything. Chicago Cubs with 33-18 record. The Reds are back to the winning ways as they're only a half game behind, 1.5 game behind the Cubs with 32-20 record as well. Cardinals got to win and the Brewers got to win. Pirates have lost 5 consecutive games, 18-27, down to 18-32 of the season. So guys can see in the chat. Dodgers have won 3 games as they're back to their winning ways, thankfully. 32-20 of the season as they have a 3-game lead over the Rockies. But they also have a win, the Giants have a win, and the Padres finally got a win. T-Up says for sure, we would love to. 100%, but Rose could take the responsibility of godmother the most. Oh! What do you have to say to that, baby? Any ideas? Type something serious in the chat. Anything. Because I might be all yours tonight after I pay my phone bill and I get a PSN card to pick out a winner. Like I said, I'm off at 8, and then I'm off tomorrow. I'm off at 8, then I'm off tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. As a matter of fact, you know, anything can happen. As we double check the National League wildcard race: Nationals, Reds, Rockies, Cardinals, Diamondbacks, Marlins. Bottom list: Pirates, Padres, Braves, Giants, Brewers, and the Metropolitans. Anything can almost erase pretty quick at this point. And the American League East. 2 consecutive losses by the Red Sox and the Yankees. But the Red Sox still have a 1.5 game lead over the Yankees with a 32-21 record. As a matter of fact. At this point in time. Hold on a second. Yankees have a record of 30-22 of the season. As guys can see as well. But the Red Sox and Yankees, I'm hoping they can maybe erase the losing streaks at this point. If one of them's going to have in control of the American League East. And that's going to do it. I'll tell you guys a little more stuff in just a second. Then I'm going to go downstairs and get something to eat. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it for episode 52 of MLB 19 from the weekends and on the weekends. The Tigers won the first one 4-0 in the shutout, and then the Tigers are looking to continue to grow. The Tigers are now 23-29 of the season. Take care of one. One more thing, honey. What are your plans for tonight as my shot maker? Anything? Any ideas real quick? If you guys want to catch more MLB 19 from the weekends and on the weekends, and also the finale, for Dragon Quest 11 tomorrow in the afternoon, make sure you guys hit that red support button and turn on notification bell if you guys haven't gotten the opportunity. If anyone, and I mean anybody or anyone in the chat, has a Facebook or a Twitter account, tweet it out, share a comment, add it to a playlist, because the more people we bring in, guys, the more we all win, make a difference, and have a lot of love, respect, and a lot of authority, as much as possible. As anybody, and I mean anyone, understands the I am a creator philosophy. Well, we watch our videos in full, we like the videos, we share the videos, we tweet them out, and our fifth ruling in the chat, guys, we add it to a playlist, and we have a meaningful comment down below once we've done the rest, and we never ask for support back afterwards. But you know what the surprising thing is, guys? One more thing. You know what the surprising thing is? James Cox hasn't done he hasn't done a damn live stream for the last couple of days. I mean, my big question is, why has James Cox not been live the last couple of days? I mean, the big question is, has it been his data? I mean, has it been his data or something? I mean, I'm pretty sure it might have been his data. His data or pretty much his Wi-Fi. That's why James Cox wants to do his live streams from home. But he hasn't been going live the last 2 days. I mean, he did go live on his lunch break yesterday. And he went live in the morning. But I don't quite understand. I don't understand why he would not be live today. You know, I mean, do you think it might have been his data, guys? You guys let me know once this episode is over. If you guys have any questions, which game you guys want to see on the weekly schedule, MK11 to take over DQ11 from Thursdays and Fridays, or Resident Evil 2 Remake. You guys let me know in the chat as soon as possible. Just pay it forward and be rewarded. Never ask for support back afterwards. Final score, Tigers hold on to win 8-5. As the Tigers have one more game with the Mets, and then they will be on the road to take on the Baltimore Orioles. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you, Teacup, aka Alice. I think you would be I'm pretty sure you would be Alice, most likely, as sisters, with my pudding. And thank you, baby. I love you so much. Let me know what kind of plan you have tonight as we speak on Facebook. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Be good to one another. Be kind to one another. And love one another. And I will see you guys in the morning with a new episode of Borderlands 2. And then in the afternoon tomorrow when I get back, you guys will get Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Or I can start the series premiere of Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. Be good to one another, be kind to one another, and love one another. And I will see you guys in the morning. You guys have a good day, and stay hydrated between the heat. Thanks, guys. Be careful.